We're live.
We did it.
We did it. You made it home.
Hey, me too.
We wrangled all the cats together.
All of the cats.
I'm doubly impressed that I made it home because our car broke down today.
Did you drive?
Great.
So, I don't know if you're aware, but right now it's like minus 24 in Calgary.
I heard my dad texted me minus 30 with wind chill.
That with wind chill, yeah, around 30, minus 33. It's ridiculous.
That's crazy. That's so crazy.
So while I was gone, because I've been on 2 trips in the past 2 weeks, I had just gotten back, and Reese's car wouldn't start. Mine was in the garage,
of course.
And her car was in front of the garage, so we couldn't just grab my car and go. So we called AMA.
Awesome.
Yeah, so we called AMA this morning.
Wait, couldn't you have just boosted it with your car?
We didn't have booster cables.
How do you not have booster cables? You live in Calgary.
I just haven't needed them. I think they might be. I have a roadside emergency kit. I'm guessing they're in there, but I just didn't think of it.
Okay. When I got my car, the first thing my dad was like, "Here's a really long booster cable. Keep it in your trunk at all times." Anyway, continue.
So we call AMA around noon, and they say it'll be a 16-hour wait period.
Rat. Okay.
Okay.
So we were like, all right, whatever. Well, I guess we can't go anywhere today. We get a call around 5:30 saying, "Hey, I'm in the area. I'll be there to start the car." So yeah,
Nice.
Sure enough, the battery died. And they're like, all right, so leave the car running for half an hour, go drive it around for a bit, and then you should be fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we go to do that, but Reese has next to no gas in her car.
Okay.
So we
This
have
is a
no
perfect storm.
choice. We have no choice but to stop the car and gas it up. So we've had the car running for I think about 45 minutes. So we think, all right,
Okay.
it'll be okay.
That's gotta
Sure.
be fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
So but you're in a gas station at this point, right?
I'm in a gas station blocking a pump. We come into the tent and we're like, hey, do you have any way for us to boost our car? Our car broke down. They're like, no.
That's impossible. There's so many other cars there.
So yeah, he's just like, you'll just have to ask someone or call AMA. So I'm like, all right. So we start calling AMA. There's a 15-minute wait time to talk to someone on AMA.
Great. Yeah.
So I make the call in and wait. And then while we're calling our friends that are nearby to see if they can come by with jumper cables, the attendant there's like, hey, we got a guy who's willing to boost you. So some guy who was also gassing up their truck came over and boosted our car.
Right. Yeah.
And so we just drove it home and put it in the garage.
Yeah. Good and smart. Yeah.
Yeah. So my car's back out, which should be good for the winter. But even it was not appreciating how cold it is because I tried to remote start it and it just kind of was like.
But you're plugging it in, right?
No, I've never plugged in my car.
What?
Yeah,
dude, you're doing this car thing wrong. It's like you weren't born in Canada.
Plugged in my car. I've never had to.
Interesting.
Even when we were living in Fort McMurray, when it was minus 40, we never plugged in the car.
Did your car break down a lot and you kept wondering why the battery wouldn't start?
No, never happened.
That's insane. It's like the rule I grew up on, if it hits minus 15, the car gets plugged in.
Oh, minus 15 is way too high still. You don't have to plug it in until minus 30, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I'm remembering wrong. I thought it was 15. It's been a while since I even had to deal with this, but there was definitely a cutoff where it was like you plug the car in. You've never plugged your car in. That's crazy.
I mean, also for 2 years I kept it in a heated garage, so that also helped.
Okay, well, good luck. I hope the battery doesn't die again.
Well, her car's in the garage and we're not doing anything. It just needs to be replaced because this is the 3rd time we've had to boost her battery. Since she's been in Canada for a year.
Right. In fact, I'm pretty sure because my car's back up with my parents because I don't need it down here. I'm pretty sure I even had a portable battery booster for my trunk. So if I didn't have someone to boost me, I could plug it into the house and boost my car myself, which was always nice. My parents loaded me up with your thing's gonna die all the time. Here's all this stuff. Which was I definitely used all that stuff for a couple winters there.
Sure.
It's funny, people down here, they have no idea what I mean when I say we plug our cars in.
Yeah.
That's surprising.
They actually have absolutely no idea. I brought
Reese's
it up.
car doesn't have a block heater.
Right.
Because she's from the States, so.
Right. Yeah. Like one person actually said like, why? Because it's electric. And that made me laugh. But when I had to explain like every night you plug your car in during the winter, they were like, it was completely absurd to them, which was interesting. They also think that everyone drives around with chains on their tires.
No, that's been illegal for quite a while, hasn't it?
I think up in the mountains you can, like big trucks, but I was saying to them,
I think they have to.
I was saying to them, I don't think I've ever even seen a vehicle with chains on its tires, like ever.
I have.
And I don't think I have.
Oh, okay.
But and I live close. I used to live close to the mountains, but anyway, winter. It's been 2 weeks. John, tell us about your trips.
I went to the
Thanksgiving.
States. Yeah, I went to the States for American Thanksgiving and for one of Reese's relatives to get married.
Exciting.
So went to a wedding. That was cool.
Okay.
And then this past week I was in Georgia for a TRG recording session. And it really sucked going from I think it was like 8 degrees Celsius to minus 22.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So Georgia's cold because we were trying to talk about Georgia last week, and we both have no clue where that is.
It's above Florida.
Okay. Isn't Florida hot?
Yeah.
Didn't you just say Georgia was minus 22?
No,
you're saying Calgary's minus 22.
Yeah.
Yeah, Georgia was like 8.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was reading it as the Thanksgiving one was the 8, and then Georgia was minus 22. That's what I heard. Okay.
I think Thanksgiving one was even warmer. Thanksgiving one was great. I barely needed a jacket there.
I needed a jacket for Thanksgiving, and I was in Southern California.
Jeez.
But I was in the desert, so I didn't get cold.
Oh. Yeah, no, it was a good trip. We recorded a bunch of stuff, played some D&D.
That's cool.
It was an experience, to say the least.
Have you played D&D before?
I've only played D&D twice. That was the second time. First time was with the same group.
Okay. I've never played D&D.
It's an acquired taste.
Cool. Well, this is the Top Down Perspective, in case you forgot what podcast.
I have been wondering what that TDP logo was.
Yep.
Right. For anyone listening, if you somehow stumbled upon this audio archive,
if you found this recording somewhere in the desert,
people in the future, if you're listening back at some of the most historic moments from mankind, and you come across the TDP archives, this is the episode from December 9th.
Yeah.
2016.
If you're listening to this, it's already too late. They got us all. It's over.
It's true. You're right. Yep.
We should make this an audio log that somebody will find in the future. That'd be great.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
Like at the end just we need to like put this on like a tape and then put it on like a bloody body in like a dark room, right?
It all started when John went down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul to steal.
So John's back. Paul's here again. Sean and myself is here once more. John, you've been gone so long, but what have you been playing?
Not too much. I've been mainly trying to get myself through Picross 3D Round 2.
Okay.
It's a long game.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm. I believe there's about 380 puzzles, and I am sitting around 320.
Okay, so you're almost done.
Yeah, but man, it's just like it's going on longer than I expected, which I guess is not a thing to complain about, but still, there's a lot of puzzles in that if you want to do them all. Other than that, I tried out the new Mario Maker for 3DS.
How is it? I need to know.
I watched the Giant Bomb Quick Look and listened to them talk about it on the podcast, and it sounds like hot garbage.
Oh, fuck. Yep. Okay.
So the main thing you wanted Mario Maker for 3DS, the whole like going online, playing like stages, uploading stages.
Sure.
Not there.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
You can't upload stages. You can only street pass other people to send them. If you have an internet connection, you can play random stages through like the Hunter Mario mode or whatever it was called, but that's about it.
but you can't search for stages. You can
No, you
only
cannot
say,
search for stages.
I want to play like 10 easy levels, and then you just get 10 random easy levels.
That's it. Yeah.
That's the closest way of trying to play my stage or whatever.
The main reason... Oh, you go ahead.
I was going to say, to be fair, Nintendo said all this beforehand. What's shocking is they kind of like went through with it. Like it almost seemed like this is too bad to be true, right? Like you guys it can't be that bad. And then they did it. I have yet to hear a good reason why, like who is this good for?
So the one reason I ended up picking it up was the Super Mario Challenge they put in there. So they put in the
stages, right?
Yeah, they put in an equivalent of an actual Mario game's worth of stages. And they put in like 2 challenge medals you can earn per stage. And this is the thing that they probably should have done with the original release of Mario Maker. Playing those stages unlocks the features in actual stage creation mode. So like you unlock like Lakitus, bridges, ladders, springboards, all this stuff. This is what they should have done instead of the timer bullshit they did in the Wii U release.
That's a way better idea. You're right. I like that.
Yeah. So that probably means in the eventual Switch re-release of Super Mario Maker, they'll have that.
Are those stages good? Like I didn't see anything amazing for those challenges.
I mean,
it was like
stages.
Play this level without pressing back.
There are some hard. There's some hard challenges. Like God, one of the ones was like a lot of them were like find a hidden path. The one where you had to like you couldn't let go of right and you were jumping across platforms or you couldn't tap left. That was surprisingly tricky. It basically forces you to play like really weird and to think about stages. Be like, all right, I need to find 5 1-ups. Where would I find this? Like, oh, there's a hidden item somewhere. I need to beat the stage without going through a door. How do I do that? But so far, I think I've done like 3 or 4 worlds. Almost every world has had a remake of a classic Mario stage. Like I've done level 1 of Mario 3. I've done level 1 of Mario 1. Done the
Is
first
1 in there?
Yes, that's the very first stage.
Whoa.
Makes sense.
Whoa.
Yeah, I've done 1-1, 1-2, 1-4. 1-3 was the one with that don't hold back challenge.
So let's take out all the creation part because it's garbage.
Well, the creation part's just as good. It's just you can't upload the damn thing, which is pointless.
Yeah. So let's ignore that whole section of that game. Are these challenges worth the $40 or 50? Is it 50 in Canada now?
I don't know. I picked it up in the US.
Okay. So good $40. Good. Are those? Is that a great new Mario game?
It will literally hinge on how much you like Mario. That's it. That's in the entire thing. I can't. If you don't like Mario enough, I can't recommend it.
Do you feel like you like Mario enough?
I do.
Okay, cool.
But I felt like that was never in question to begin with.
Right. So you don't regret this purchase? You think this is a solid purchase for yourself?
For myself, I think this was a fine purchase. Not the best purchase, but it's a purchase I will at least get my money's worth out of.
Okay. That's probably the nicest thing I've heard about this thing.
Probably is, yeah. But like to the general public, I would not recommend it.
Right.
And this is again from Giant Bomb, they were saying this should have been like a free download, like kind of demo, so that you would go out and buy the Wii U version.
I feel like maybe not. I think this should have been a $20 game.
Well, definitely discounted for sure. Like,
yeah.
This
should not have been full price.
Again, it's just crazy. I can't think of a use case for this. Like, the best way you and like 4 of your friends are going to get together locally and play each other's stage when you're near each other, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like, it also slows down. Are you playing on a new 3DS?
Yes.
Have you seen any slowdown? Because I saw there's definitely some slowdown on the old 3DS.
No, I haven't seen any slowdown at all.
Okay.
That's good.
But yeah, I had heard that as well, that there's slowdown issues.
No costumes?
Nope, no amiibo support, which is weird because the new 3DS supports the amiibos.
Yeah.
People are thinking they just didn't want to do all the licensing again because they had like a BMW in there and Hello Kitty in there and stuff as well, right?
I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
So it just seems like such a weird afterthought, this thing. Like I'm just trying to think that in that company.
Like, yeah, and that's another thing you just brought up. Any stage that was built with using those can't be played on that Wii on the 3DS version.
Right.
It just
If
straight
you-
up doesn't support them.
Yeah, not that you would even be able to find them really, but yeah, they just take those ones out.
Really bad. It's really
Yeah,
bad.
it's like
There's very questionable decisions with this port.
that's the
You-
thing
you
is I'm
could
just trying to
tell.
think like was this development team in like a completely separate section of the company and just spoke to no one?
Probably.
And then someone came in. It's like, hey, what are you guys working on? And they were just like, oh no, what did you do to this game?
All right, well, release it, I guess. You crazy scamps. Yeah, you little rascals.
There had to have been a conversation where they looked at Mario Maker on the Wii U and they said,
Yeah.
here's all the features it can do. And they crossed out 95% of them. And they said, are we still going to go forward and ship this? And then someone said yes. Like,
Yeah.
that's just weird to me. Like,
Yeah, I don't know, but it's out, and yeah, I can't really recommend it.
Yeah.
if you're a kid,
Unless you
don't
really
have a
like
Wii
Mario.
U, go buy any other Mario game on the 3DS,
Yeah.
and it's
If you-
probably
yeah.
better.
If you own Mario Maker already, just don't even bother.
Oh, for sure. If you don't own a Wii U, you only got the 3DS. You've played all the other Marios that came out on it. Like, pick up Super Mario World for $3 anywhere, and have a great Mario time.
Sure.
Pick up weird. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah, so I played that, and I also played Death Road to Canada.
I have no idea what this is.
That game seems fun.
Eh. Have you? I thought you played it, Paul.
I have not played it. I've wanted to, but
Okay.
I just haven't.
So, I think it's called Oregon Trail, the Oregon Trail with zombies.
Yes,
another
I will.
PC game.
I will
Yeah.
answer
No, that one, yep.
for you. Yes.
Thank you. Someone did. It's basically like a better version of that. It's very a quirky, funny game, but it's also like an adventure game. Like you build your character, you can like make your friends as characters and put them in, or you can just have randomly built ones. There's like top-down action scenes where you fight zombies and try to survive sieges and stuff like that. The whole point is you're in Florida and you're trying to drive to Canada to get away from the zombie apocalypse. So like your
Okay.
car will break down, you'll have to get like new cars. You can have party members join and leave. You have to like manage your supplies like ammo, medical supplies, food, gasoline, because your car burns so much gas per day, stuff like that. You have to like go forage for supplies. You can go trade with other survivors, stuff like that. It's really good.
Yeah, and it's super cheap too, if I remember. Like
Like
$5 or so? Oh, really?
No, it's
oh,
not.
I thought it was
It's-
super cheap.
It's closer to full price, like 15, 20.
Oh, wow.
I will double check to make sure on that. But I don't know. It's been worth the price of admission so far. I believe it's not an early access game. I think it's just straight up out.
Yeah, I think it is too.
I don't know. I've had a lot of fun. Apparently, it's 2-player co-op. You can just like walk around
Okay.
fighting. Yeah, you can have like during the fight scenes, you can do that. Sorry, I forgot I have to use my Steam code.
So what were you playing this
security.
on?
Steam. I believe it is only available on Steam right now.
Right. Okay. Were you playing this at home then, or like while you were in Georgia?
While I was gone,
Yeah.
I was sitting in the room playing the game, and I was just calling out like decisions to people, and they were telling me like, "Yeah, let's do this or don't do this."
Okay.
But it was really fun. I had a great time playing it. Highly recommend it.
How long
And I'm gonna look-
is it roughly?
Well, I never beat the game. If that stands to
Gotcha.
show something there,
Okay.
I got to the very end. It is $17 Canadian.
Ooh, it's a bit pricey. Okay. Okay.
I think it's worth the price of admission.
Oh.
Because there's certain skills for your creative characters that you can build up while you're playing. You can find secret things and there was one run we did where we went to a graveyard and we found the Grim Reaper, and one of our characters shook his hand and gained superpowers.
Okay. What?
Yeah.
Yeah. All
But,
right.
like, it was like, but the sacrifice was that like they only had 1 hit point from here on out.
Oh,
But they
I
had
see.
like max fitness, max strength, stuff like this.
Okay, so they were a glass cannon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The music is phenomenal. It's really well done music.
Where are they
the
trying to get
decisions
to? In Canada.
You're trying to get. You're just trying to get to Canada. Period.
Right. It's yeah. I mean, I guess if you're an American trying to get to Canada, You just don't know
It's
like
just,
what
you just go to Canada.
you just
yeah.
go to Canada. You're not going to like Barrie, Ontario or something.
Yeah.
Some random place.
My first run of the game, I got to what I thought was the final siege, but it said there was one more fight after it.
Yeah.
And then from here on out, I have never even gotten close. The game was just really kind that first run, I guess.
Interesting. Is there any progression where like you got something from this run, like, oh, I unlocked like a super shotgun or something, so now if I do it again, I can do that?
Like there's persistent like character traits that you can level up.
Gotcha. Okay.
So like there's medical, there's dog lovers, there's all this other stuff. I think friend of dog is the only like ability right now that it's at level max, which means that dogs that are feral may like become nice and join your party.
Okay. Cool.
So there's stuff like that.
Is it like a roguelite though every time, like, or is the progression like this character will now have the like? Could you brute force your way through it by just playing it like a million times until you have the perfect team, or is there a sort of random element to it still every time?
Random elements to it because like you're always going to get a different list of events each time. Your car might be different. You might break down. You might get attacked by bandits more frequently on a run.
Gotcha.
Just stuff like that.
Cool.
Yeah, I know, it was really good. I highly recommend it.
Nice.
Other than that, that's all I played because I was going to start playing Dead Rising 4 today, but I did not get a chance to.
Well, lucky for you, I know somebody who has been playing Dead Rising, and maybe he will talk.
Who is that?
Maybe
Tell
Sean
me more.
will tell us a little bit about that right about now.
Yeah, sure. I can tell you about that. In fact, both my games, John, you're going to be pretty interested in.
Cool.
Anyway, Dead Rising 4 is kind of a letdown.
Oh, no.
What?
Okay.
I've been hearing this. What the hell did they do?
Yeah, so they just like kind of super streamlined everything like quirky and weird about the Dead Rising series out of it, and it's kind of just an open world zombie mayhem game now. There's no psychopaths.
I never liked
there barely were in
psychopaths,
3.
really. So,
Yeah, it seems like a lot of this kind of happened in 3 as well. I didn't play 3.
So, okay, so I would like to point out something here. I was seeing people were saying like kind of mess stuff about 4. So I'm like, all right, I'll go read a couple reviews. Pretty much every review sounded like they had never played 3 because half the stuff they were talking about was in 3.
Right. Well, yeah, you mean that was already taken out before 3? So yeah, no time system. The survivors are basically, you don't have like, there's no escorting survivors anymore in any capacity. They're not even named characters anymore. They're just random players. There isn't any like there's definitely no psychopaths, and the bosses are barely like mentionable because they'll just be a slightly stronger AI with a name above them. The game's really easy. Almost every single task you do will give you a new level up, like almost every single time.
all of this sounds good to me for somebody who doesn't want to spend a million hours doing the same 3 days over and over.
I mean, 3 wasn't that hard either.
Okay, well, like I said, I haven't played 3,
even on
so.
nightmare difficulty, like I only came close to dying once.
Yeah, I died one single time in the very last one because you kind of have to outrun some fire, and I just kind of tripped. And it also has classic Dead Rising where it kind of controls really shitty. So that's still there. Don't worry about that. That's definitely still there.
Great. Okay.
But they've doubled down on the crazy weapons, and it's easier. You don't have to bring them to a bench, which that was in 3, right? And
That was in
2,
3.
bring it to bench, so you can just kind of make them.
2 you needed the bench. 2 you needed the bench. 3 you don't.
3, you don't need the bench at all. You can just make
No.
it on the spot.
If you see the items, just like put them in your inventory and you're making it.
Okay, this time you don't need to put them in your inventory. You just need to have one of them, and then if you find the other one, you can just build it right there. You don't have to bring it in and then
Nice.
put it together. So that's a bit nice. It's actually a perk you have to unlock, but it's like the second thing you
That's
can
what they did for vehicles. That was how it worked with vehicles. You put the 2 together, and then they would start glowing, and then you could build them. So it sounds like they just took the vehicle thing and expand it to normal combos.
There's no like glowing anything. It's like if I'm holding grenades, I can just walk up to a sledgehammer and make the blast from the past, which is a sledgehammer that explodes when you hit people with it.
Oh man, they call it the boom hammer in 3.
Yeah, it's blast from the past in this one. I use that
Better
thing
name.
a lot, which is That's a good one to use.
The boom hammer is fucking just so good though, with the WoW
They have
reference and
one-
everything. So good.
With that is called boom something. It's a like a crossbow with fireworks.
That
Might
sounds
just be a
cool.
boom bow. What were you saying, John?
It's the Blambo.
Blambo.
That's
what it is.
really
I use
good.
that one a lot too. That
All
one was
right.
pretty good. Other than that, yeah, there's no like crazy setting. You're back in a mall for a little bit, and then you just kind of go outside. So you're just kind of in a boring town. There's nothing exciting about the town in any way.
It's Willamette though, right? It's the same town from the first one.
Yeah, but it's Willamette, but the first one you were only in a huge mall, right?
Mm.
The mall seems a lot smaller in this one, and you
Well,
really
because
do not.
it's a new mall apparently.
It is. You're right. They just opened it, and then so the setting is they just opened it up. It's Black Friday, and then everyone got infected, and everything got destroyed again. So the mall's a lot smaller. You spend very little time in it. Most of the characters just seem pretty just forgettable. But it is set in Christmas. Every time you pause the menu, Christmas music is playing. That
Nice.
was pretty fun.
Okay.
Like if you're just looking for I just want to kill some zombies, it's fine. But and again, I didn't play 3, so it seems like I wouldn't have been a huge fan of 3 either. If you're going at it for like what Dead Rising was, I don't like the new take of Dead Rising that much. I liked the weird time stuff. Like I think 2 is my favorite.
2 was a good balance of.
I liked 2.
Yeah.
Like the only time stuff was you had to have Zombrex every like few hours or whatever.
every day.
Yeah, which was nice. I liked that when you got to get a survivor, you usually had to do weird things. Like I remember having to like outplay 2 people in blackjack before they would let me save them. Poker, that stuff was fun. Now it's just like the same 3 settings of there's either someone on top of this shipping container, there's someone inside the shipping container, or there's someone just fighting some zombies. You have to go over there, clear out the zombies, which takes way too long because every time you're trying to clear them out, more just keep walking over, and you have to keep like trying to like hit one zombie without walking too close to the other zombies, or else they're now in radius. So it's just aggravating. And then the person's like, okay, thanks, bye. And you never see them again. Ever. There's no name or whatever. Yeah, like I'm saying, if you like 3, you'll probably like it. If you liked 1 and 2, I don't think you'll really enjoy it that much.
What about all the crazy modes? Like I read there's supposed to be some weird mini golf mode.
I didn't find that at the beginning. Maybe it's in the mall or something. In the beginning, you can find a go-kart track. You can drive around. And do
I think
2
it's like
laps.
either DLC mode or just like a multiplayer mode. Because the game has
It might.
multiplayer.
I haven't looked at the multiplayer at all yet. I was just going through the single player. So if it's a multiplayer thing, I'm not sure yet. I still have to play that. But yeah, that's about it. New voice actor for Frank.
How is he? I heard it was different, but still good.
Yeah, I enjoyed some of his lines. He's really into mini golf. That's a recurring joke, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's a mini golf thing in there.
All right.
You can take selfies, which is pretty funny because the camera's back. So every time I found a weird, like dead guy, I would take a selfie in front of it. I found a cool shark costume early on that I kept on for the remainder of the game.
Nice.
All right.
Was there exosuits in 3?
No.
Okay, so that's a new one. And these will be kind of story specific. You can find exosuits, and then you can modify them. And it's a time thing. Like usually you have 2 minutes with the exosuit, unless it's like a boss fight where they give it to you for the whole time. And then you can like power up the exosuit. Like there's this one where if you have the exosuit and then there's a Slurpee machine right beside it, and you can somehow combine them together, and you have like a freezing exosuit, which is pretty fun. So like I said, they kind of doubled down on the combo weapons in that part, which is definitely nice. But yeah, apart from that, I think 2 is my favorite Dead Rising. I think I prefer 2.
Oh, someone else said there's no multiplayer in campaign mode anymore. It's just single player only. That sucks.
Again, I haven't looked at the multiplayer at all. I just kind of
Because that was my favorite thing about 2 and 3 was being able to do co-op story mode.
That's weird that they would take that out. But like I said,
yeah.
it seems like they got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, Slayer says there's no multiplayer and campaign mode anymore, just its own mode now, which sucks.
That is a bummer, if that's true. So maybe you and I won't be playing some co-op together, or we'll be playing this other mode.
We'll try out the multiplayer or whatever. Yeah.
I would love to try it out. I definitely want to try that stuff out for sure. On a similar note, thematic wise, game wise, I've been playing Let It Die.
Yeah.
Do either of you know what this is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So this was announced. I don't know if it wasn't announced, but it was released during the PlayStation Experience last week, which we'll definitely talk about during news. But it's Suda51's new game, and it's free to play, free to download. It's on PlayStation. John, you should pick it up. That's a really weird game that is totally Suda51 style wise. That is quite the punk rock death game. I think you'll really enjoy it. I would say the same to you, Paul, but you don't have a PlayStation, so you can't play it, unfortunately.
Right.
But John, you should check out Let It Die. Also, the voice cast is kind of insane. Mark Hamill is the narrator.
What?
Billy D. Williams is also in this.
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
There's a ton of people in there. But anyways, what the game is it's like, okay, so Uncle Death, who is a skateboarding, 3D glasses wearing Grim Reaper.
Yep.
Also Mark Hamill. He is sitting across from you, across a cocktail cabinet in an arcade, and you guys are playing the Death Something 128 game. So it's a game within a game, because you can like hang out in the arcade and chat with people. Anyways, the game within the game is you're trying to get this the Tower of Barbs, another great name. And what you have to do is you're some kind of like, I don't know, just weird naked person. It's kind of Matrix-y-esque. You come off this train and you're brawling your way up these levels to all these like crazy people in the stages, and you can take their weapons and you can like eat frogs and mushrooms to get health. And if you die, like it's a roguelike. So if you die, you need to go back up there and you'll encounter your character again, stronger. And if you beat them, you can get your stuff. You can also send. Okay, here's another thing. If you beat your character who had died, they become a hater. And they go in I think it's the hater freezer. And then you can like send those out into other people's games and they'll like get you rewards, or you can like sick them on your friends and they'll show up in their games and try and murder them and stuff. And it's super weird and punk rocky. And the reason I can't explain it so well is there's so many like tutorial rules at the beginning. It kind of was bogging me down, but I really want to push through because it is super weird and super Suda51. It's free, so everyone should just give it a try, because why not? Especially just for Uncle Death, because he's kind of awesome. What else? In the arcade, you can talk to some dude who's like really good at the game and he'll give you tips, or you can talk to like the teenage girl who runs the counter at the arcade, and she usually just ignores you to text on her phone. I don't really know how to. It's a brawling game. It's, no more heroes. You're brawling. You're fighting.
Right.
Every time, the only thing that stays persistence is. If you kill people with a certain weapon enough, that will level up, and you can bring that onto each character going forward. So, like, my character is really good with hot red irons. There's also like super kills where I just like melted a dude's face. It's also a creepy game. Like it's weird. But John, I think you'll like it.
All right, cool.
And that's all I'm still playing Pokemon, obviously, but that's all I've been playing.
Anything new on Pokemon front?
Anything new on Pokemon? I turned the volume on for a bit today, and the music's good.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
That's a big step for you. I'm proud.
Well, I usually play it on the train, so I don't have the music on.
Yeah, for sure. I get you.
Anyway, Paul, what have you been playing?
There's not a whole lot to talk about. ask me about Resident Evil because I've been playing every single one of them.
Did you
How do
play
you feel
3?
about Resident Evil?
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. And yes, I played 3.
Did you play 5?
No, 5 is in 2 days, I think.
Okay, so
Something
not
like
every
that?
one of them, liar.
No. I mean, I have played 5, just not this week yet,
Saying
unfortunately.
you've played 5 Resident Evils this week?
Yeah, I guess that's probably right. I lost.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's what I meant when I first asked, so not
Yeah.
a liar.
yeah.
Nice.
I'm nervous though, because 4 starts tomorrow, and that's the one that's going to take forever. It's just going to be a
Are you
slog to
playing
get
through the whole thing? Like you have to beat them?
Yeah.
You're not just like, we're going to play like 2 hours of this, moving on.
No, I'm about 45 hours in now.
Wow.
Yep. So 4 is tomorrow. And fuck, I'm so not looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to 5. I'm going to be playing it with a buddy, so I'll have somebody to chat to, and we're just going to be shooting stuff in the face. It's going to be a good time. But yeah,
Killing zombies. Everyone's killing zombies this week.
everybody's
Wait.
killing
Oh,
zombies.
John wasn't killing zombies.
I will be. I
You
will
will
be
be.
after this podcast.
All right.
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah. I mean, he could have been killing zombies, like, in real life. You don't know.
You're right.
I think it's cold enough that they're probably dying of their own accord right now.
Yeah, that's probably true. Do zombies die in the cold? They just kind of, like, get slower, I guess, right? That's probably death
Isn't that
for
a thing
zombie.
in like 28 Days Later? I haven't seen that movie.
Is it 28 days
Ow.
later?
I only saw 28 weeks later.
Is cold a factor in that one?
I don't think so.
Okay, I really don't know. So
It would probably just slow
Oh.
down their movement, I would assume.
Oh, Ark's totally right. I played Death Row to Canada, which is all about zombies. Then we all did play zombies.
Oh,
Hey, we
man,
all played
we did it.
zombies.
Yeah.
great, just
Yay.
in time for Halloween.
Just in time for Halloween. Yeah.
Yep. Good.
Yeah, but
Merry Halloween, everyone.
I'm going to be honest with you. I've talked about the games I've been playing for 45 hours in the last 4 days. I don't really want to
You
talk
just
more about it
don't
right
talk
now.
about it. Do you feel like you're gonna take a break from Resident Evil after this?
No, because Resident Evil
No.
7 is coming out.
You're just gonna dive straight in there. You just can't wait.
Well, yeah, on the 19th is when the demo comes out for PC. So that's going to be right after this
Is that December
marathon
19th?
shit's done. Yeah. It's
Okay,
out.
cool.
It's out right now on Xbox One. Finally, I think as of today. In fact,
Finally, good. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
excited.
yeah, there you go. And on PC the 19th.
All right, cool.
Yeah, so I'll jump back in. That looks
Resident
like a
Evil
full
7
different.
Biohazard.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's
All
it.
right.
That's the one.
Okay. Let's go on to news.
Yeah. There you go.
Hey, the PlayStation Experience happened last
It
week.
did. Yeah.
I wrote down basically most of the stuff that was on there. There's also a link for us if you guys want to look at further depth. Did either of you guys watch this?
I only watch the things I care about from here. Like
Okay.
after. So
All right. Well, I'll just go down the list, and then if you guys want to stop and talk about something, you can do that. Uncharted Lost Legacy, pretty good way to open it. I thought that looked cool.
Well, so what was this? This is the one that doesn't have Nathan Drake in it, right?
This is, yeah, it's a standalone DLC thing. So similar to like Infamous Last Light. And it involves the chick who was not in 4, but she was in 2 for sure, and maybe 3.
Chloe?
I think the black-haired girl. Is it Chloe?
I think so.
Okay.
Chloe or Zoe?
It's definitely not Zoe. That's not a name in Uncharted. Anyway, it's kind of what she's been up to. So I like Uncharted. I could play some more Uncharted. Why not? Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
this looks
We
so
talked-
fucking dope. Holy shit. Yeah.
We talked about this kind of getting leaked, and then we came out with the full title, the name of it. Seems like you guys are excited.
Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah. They revealed 6 characters so far.
What are those? I only saw the trailer, so.
Ryu, Mega Man X, and Morrigan from the Capcom side.
Okay.
And the Marvel side is Iron Man, Captain America, and Miss Marvel.
Right. Which
You saw 4 of them spar in that trailer,
uh,
4 of them spar in that trailer. So
yeah.
Yeah. And then apparently later on that night they announced Morgan and Captain America.
Okay, that's cool. So
yo, X with Ryu though, just like, oh my god, it's so good. When that trailer starts, couldn't stop smiling. Too good.
Oh, you liked the trailer specifically?
Trailer's
like the one they showed?
fucking great. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was cool as well. That was exciting. Wipeout Omega Collection. It's the last 3 Wipeout games coming to PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
I kind of wish it was a new Wipeout.
Yeah, I agree with you.
To be honest, I think I own the last 3 Wipeouts as well, and didn't play a ton of them.
I'm going to be honest with you. The whole, I kind of wish it was just a new version of this instead of a re-release is going to be a trend we're going to see here.
Oh, it has
It's going to be a trend.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is the last like 2 or 3 years.
No, I mean, as you are talking about what they announced here.
One?
Yeah.
Sure. I know. Yeah, I can see that it's coming. Hey guys, Destiny Sparrow Racing's back. You excited?
I don't even know what
I guess
that
I'm the
is.
only one that really played Destiny, so
yeah.
you know the bikes
Out of this group, anyways.
Yeah, who cares? That's their Christmas event again. It was the same event last year. Sparrow Racing, I guess. Anyway,
Is it real cool?
No.
Okay.
And it was kind of funny that followed Wipeout, because Wipeout is actual cool vehicles that hover racing around.
Yeah.
Sparrow Racing is just kind of lame.
Yeah.
Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy.
I'm so excited. I'm ready for Bandicoot again.
It looks like a really good HD update.
I really, really like Crash games. I still play them. They're still on this PlayStation right beside me.
That's cool. The only Crash Bandicoot never mind. I don't even want to say it. It's going to spoil something. So I haven't played Crash Bandicoot really.
Okay.
Oh, I know what you mean. I know what he means.
And it's a cool moment, so I don't really want to say it. But anyway, is this one of your moments you wish it was a new Crash instead of a re-release of the last of the 3 of them?
Yeah, it looks like a good re-release.
Insane Trilogy and apostrophe sane.
I mean,
does that help?
If they didn't call it, if it wasn't spelt that way, then they don't know what they're doing. So it just shows that they're fully in. They know.
John, are you down for some Crash?
I mean, I've only played the first Crash.
Okay,
and
so
I'm told there's better ones.
They got better. Yeah, the first one is real bad compared to 2 and 3. So
they showed Resident Evil 7.
Yep.
That's still coming.
Yep.
Ace Combat 7.
Yep. Ace Combat games are cool.
Yeah. They showed a Last Guardian trailer. Still.
Yeah. I mean, the game hadn't been out, so
yeah, it was coming out in like 3 days,
something like that.
Which, speaking of which, I waited to hear about some of the reviews and stuff before ordering it. And on Monday, reviews launched, getting great reviews. So I was like, cool, let's pick it up on Amazon. Hasn't even shipped yet.
Oh, okay.
Nice. I'm grabbing my copy tomorrow if my car starts.
Right. This is the shitty part about Amazon always having the cheapest because of that 20% off. Is it's like you kind of control it. It's like it's on back order now, so it seems like I got it too late, and the system hadn't caught up yet. Luckily, I've got other shit I need to be playing right now.
Sure,
but that's still just kind of a bummer. I'm really interested in that game. So, Parappa the Rappa.
Yeah.
HD.
I'm so happy.
HD. Are you excited? Was this one that you would have preferred a new one?
Yes, but there's one thing I want to know is if they fix some of the timing issues that the original game had for this HD remaster. Like, it would have probably just been changing a number.
I heard no.
Okay, I'm sure they didn't. So
yes, they would fix it. Like, it seems weird not to.
Okay, but
I have not played the demo, but I had a friend who played it, and she said it felt just as delayed as she remembered.
Isn't the demo already out?
The demo
came out during that PlayStation experience.
With the update, though, like, at least I'm sure you could play it on an HD TV without the syncing issues that the original game
probably
had. Yeah, so at least there's that. If nothing
they
else.
should just give you both. That way you get the person who's like, I want it to be exactly as it was, but look better. And then you get the people who's like, I want the better version.
Sure. All right.
Along with that, Loco Roco and Patapon remasters.
Yeah, that's really cool. Those games are cool.
Those were great games, so it's good to see them coming back.
Yep.
I would have preferred a new Loco Roco.
Yep.
I've never really been that into Patapon.
Patapon's
They
pretty
made
good.
3 of those.
Yeah.
They made 3 Patapons. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Here's not an HD remake. They're making a new one of this.
And
Knack 2.
I don't understand. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Mark Cerny really pushed for it. He really wanted
He's
it.
the only one
feel
talking about Knack. He's the only person in the world.
Hang on. There's 2 groups of
He
people
made it
talking.
by scratch himself because he really
Yeah.
wanted a sequel.
The first group of people is just Mark Cerny. The second group of people is everyone saying, "Why isn't this on PlayStation Plus?"
Yeah,
Those
pretty
are your
much.
two. And I think Sony was like, "Man, these people really want Knack. Like they just love Knack. They can't wait for PlayStation Plus. Let's give them Knack 2." You know what I bet it actually was? I bet it was just because Mark Cerny is like so integral to like their hardware development
Yeah.
that he was like, hey, we need some kind of test thing, and Knack's my thing, and you guys need me. I'm putting Knack on this,
Totally.
and then
I could see
you
it.
have a game. You go, yeah. So they're probably just like, hey, Mark, you can do whatever you want. Please make the Pro. Please make the PlayStation 4 Pro for us.
I
It has
could
co-op.
see it.
So you can play co-op. Giant Bomb had a pretty funny joke. The other guy should be called Nick.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Totally should, right?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Nino Kuni 2. They showed another trailer for that.
That looked
Still-
real good.
Still psyched. I liked Nino Kuni 1 a lot.
Didn't realize it was more of a hack and slash RPG than like a Pokemon style RPG.
It is a Pokemon style RPG.
Really? Because the footage I saw of that trailer, he was like moving around freely and like
It's both. Like you are catching monsters and evolving them, but you are also controlling your character in battles, and they're fighting with you and stuff. So it's both.
okay.
What Remains of Edith Finch? This looks like the next big narrative walking simulator.
Walking
next thing. I don't
simulator.
know.
Yeah.
I'm interested. I like those games.
It looks
I thought
cool.
It looked cool.
Yep.
Yeah. Next Machina is probably like my game of the show.
Okay.
Did you guys look at this trailer at all?
Which
John, you
one was
watched the
this
whole
one?
thing. This is the one from the Resogun people.
Oh yeah, that looked cool.
It looked so cool. So it's not like on a sphere or on a cylinder like the Resogun was, but it is a dual joystick shooter. It's all neon again, and the music just sounded great as it should be. I also like the name Next Machina. That's a fun name.
That's a good
So
name.
I'm excited for that, and I mean I loved Resogun, so I'm definitely excited about that. I would recommend checking out that trailer. Then they showed the trailer for Let It Die.
And then
Already talked about
revealed
that,
it was out that day.
which was definitely cool. Again, people should check out
All these games
Let-
I wanted to play all came out while I was gone. Like Final Fantasy
I'm gonna
15,
just say-
Last Guardian, Dead Rising 4, Let It Die.
You were gone for a decent amount of time, though, so it happens.
2 weeks.
2 weeks is a decent amount of time during
Yep,
Game of
this
the Year
week's in
stuff.
November, like, Windjammers
Yeah.
happening.
I'm bummed
HD
out though because
release of
apparently
Windjammers. Apparently, there's a big Windjammers scene in France. I'm told, and Sony has brought in some of those people to work with them
That's
to make
cool.
sure it's right.
I
So-
hope that's true because apparently the company that is porting it has done a shitty job in the past. Apparently, they did all
Okay.
these Neo Geo PC ports and they were all terrible. So a lot of people from like the retro scene are like, "This is going to be a bad port. Don't get excited for Windjammers."
I really hope that's not true. Okay. I hope it's good.
I haven't played Windjammers, but I love air hockey, so
Okay. Sure.
be down to play it.
Yeah.
Showed another trailer for Horizon Zero Dawn. It still looks awesome. And then this big reveal, way to end it, Last of Us Part 2,
Sure.
which I'm definitely excited for. I guess I'm the only one that played that. Or did you play
Well,
that?
I did.
I played it. I played it when you were at my house or my
Yeah,
apartment.
so you played the first 20 minutes, which are a great 20 minutes, but you didn't play the rest of it.
no.
And you should. The game's great. But I'm excited. It takes place years later. You're Ellie now. That's the player character. She's grown up some more. Last of Us is cool. I could take it or leave it. This one, obviously. Last of Us 1 ended so wonderfully. I think it's one of the best game endings. So if they had just not touched that again, I would have been fine. Or if they went to new people, I would have been fine. But I like Last of Us so much. Part 2 sounds great. This see if I missed anything that stuck out to me, but I don't. Probably would have written it down if it did, and it's taking too long to load anyway.
I'm looking forward to Nier. I want to see.
To which one? Sorry, Nier. Okay.
Yeah, that looks neat.
Nier Automata or whatever it's called.
Yeah, Automata. You got it. I think that's it. That like we didn't mention that I kind of cared about.
Sounds like
there's a bunch of
list.
fighting games.
Yeah, they showed a few other things like real briefly, like Danganronpa V3.
Yep.
A bunch of indie stuff. I think this is called Celeste. Absolver looked kind of cool, but it's a lot of new things that I didn't like know what these were.
What about Dino Frontier? Wild West with Jurassic Park.
I don't think I'm now looking at this. Looking at this article I have, this is not everything that was in. This is more than everything that was in the press conference.
Yeah, no, this is stuff that would have been on the show floor for people to look at.
So I don't know what Dino Frontier is.
What the hell is this? Strafe, I don't know what that is. I don't know. Some like, yeah, I think
I've heard cool things about that one.
I think we hit the big ones that are worth talking about.
Yeah, Pyre. Yeah, this is the press conference that we were talking about.
Yeah.
I think overall it was like a pretty good press conference. Like everything they were showing, like I'm a little bit excited for, at the very least. And there was definitely some things where it was like, I didn't see that coming. That looks awesome. And then some new stuff where I'm like, I am super intrigued. So I actually really enjoyed this press conference.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. Okay, a few smaller news stories. Super Mario Run comes out in 6 days for iOS. Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
you can
that's right.
Go play it now at Apple stores. Just a heads up.
Sure.
It has to be online at all times.
Why?
That's not.
They don't want people cheating with their high scores, I guess.
I heard it was like some sort of copyright protection or something like that, but that seems really weird.
That's shitty.
Well, Nintendo loves online, especially when it comes to handheld Mario games. They just love online. They can't get enough of it.
It's true. They love it so much. It's the one time they can get online. Any other game that people want online where you could just connect with your friends easily, you gotta do a friend code first, and then you gotta make a shitty little lobby with your friends, and then maybe somebody will drop
QR code.
Yeah,
you gotta send your
QR you can't do it easily.
They can get your person there, but you're not actually there. It's just a clone.
You can't do
it
easy.
Actually multiplayer.
No.
Yeah.
Unless you're in a runner on your phone, then it's just going to be so easy. You're going to be online all the time. We're going to take all the data from you. Everything.
Yeah.
We need access to your pictures, your GPS location. We need everything.
We don't know about that, but maybe. Who knows?
What if Super Mario Run actually just like mapped where you were in the world and told you to run?
Like it just kept notifying you.
It's the new Wii Fit.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be dope. Nintendo, get on it.
I'm gonna pick that up when it comes out because I'm super curious.
Yeah, for sure.
Alto's Odyssey was announced. You guys might not know this. There was this mobile game a year or so back called Alto's Adventure, where you were a snowboarder and you get to see a bunch of llamas, and it was great. They're making another game called Alto's Odyssey next year, which I'm definitely excited for. If anyone was a fan of Alto's Adventure, you should probably look for this. If you didn't play this game, you should definitely look it up. It's a really good mobile game. Pokemon Go got some news and some updates. Both Sprint and Starbucks are doing sponsored locations, so there's a whole bunch of more Pokestops and gyms now.
Okay.
Starbucks also has a Pokemon Go Frappuccino you can buy for a limited time.
Fuck it, I'll do it. Let's try it.
Yeah. U.S. only.
God damn it.
U.S. only.
All right, going across the border, boys.
And apparently on the 12th, they're either announcing the date for when the new Pokemon drop or the new Pokemon are dropping on the 12th.
The wording they've been saying is there will be news about the next 100 Pokemon, which to me says that is definitely not when those Pokemon are dropping.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be, they're going to give us the date for when that's dropping.
That's fair.
Yeah, so Pokemon Go Frappuccino, top-down perspective, bringing you all the news that counts, all the news that matters.
That's only news that matters.
Yeah. Sony announced something called Project Field, which seems to be like a card reading tablet.
Oh, that reminds me. I didn't talk about it, but I played Eye of Judgment again on the PS3, and that game is so bullshit. It's so bad. Holy shit. The camera like barely reads the fucking cards ever. It turned into please adjust like your card the game for just like 15 minutes. I was just trying to get the stupid camera to read a card. It was bad. It was a bad time. Anyways, sorry, go on.
No, it's cool. That's probably more interesting than this. I don't know. They're coming out with a new card game. It's gonna like work with tablets. You have to like buy this other little tablet IC reader thing and put cards on it. Who knows if this is ever gonna turn into something? But I thought it was kind of interesting. There's some kids. They look like they're having fun.
I mean, it looks cool. It just seems like one of those things that's gonna be way too much money for like 2 minutes of enjoyment. Maybe 5 if you have a friend.
Not too much money for like a good amount of enjoyment. That's real similar to this.
What?
It's called Hearthstone.
It's true.
It's really good. And it's also just on your tablet.
Right. It does take up a lot of space on that tablet, but it's worth it for sure.
That's true. Yeah. Well, I mean, this takes up a lot of physical space.
That's true. You're right.
This is 3 tablets plus all these other cards. You got to have a friend beside you laughing. It looks like it's just a Japanese thing.
The card art doesn't even look that cool. It's weird.
The card
art themselves. I don't know.
It just kind of looks like Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
They look like knockoff Pokemon or something. It's weird. Anyway.
The first Project Field title is going to be a Yokai Watch game.
Oh, okay. Cool, man.
Great. Yep. Awesome. That's a Japan-only thing right now.
What is it? Fleshy Souls? Something like this? Yeah.
Fleshy Souls, Hard Bones.
Yeah, Hard Bones. Yeah, all right.
I don't remember what the other ones are. In more important news, though, Box Boy 3 was announced.
And a Box Boy amiibo.
The
amiibo's awesome.
Cute. The amiibo, he's just like laying back, just kind of looking up. He's just chilling. He's just like...
Because otherwise it would have just been a cube with eyes on it.
I feel like this Box Boy amiibo would get along with my Kirby amiibo. Like Kirby's right here, and he's just sitting down and chilling. And they could just be like sitting together, just like watching a movie.
Sean's taking a different approach to collecting amiibos. He only buys the laziest looking ones.
No. The chillest looking ones. You got it wrong.
Right.
It's the chillest.
The chillest. Right. Yeah. Okay.
Box Boy 3 coming next year. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm definitely excited.
It looks cool. Looks cute.
Box Boy is fantastic.
Sure.
All right. That's it for news.
Yeah.
Let's go on to questions.
Yeah.
John, do you remember where people can send in questions?
TDP Podcast on Twitter, Top 10 Perspective on Facebook, top10perspective@gmail.com, and my P.O. Box. And I guess Discord. Also the Discord.
Yeah.
Dun-dun.
We're going to have to be more picky and choosy with the Discord just for future reference.
Oh, no, I was.
You got rid of a bunch of them?
Yeah, I deleted some of them.
Because there was one where like somebody asked a question and it chained to like 3 other just dumb questions right away.
I definitely picked and choose. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'm usually picky when the questions come in a bit. So
yeah, that's fair. Cool.
All right, I got this third one.
All right, I guess I'll get the first one. John, if you can do the math, you'll beat.
So now I know why.
I didn't read the third one. I just picked one. I thought it'd be weird to say that.
Oh, I just read the third one, and okay.
Is it great?
It's all right.
I mean, it's all right.
It doesn't matter. It's not as good as Glenn, who wrote in and said, "Hey guys, I've been trying out Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City, a squad-based third-person shooter. It's not very fun, but it gets me wondering: are cooperative games designed to be engaging first, or functional enough that playing with other people provides the real fun? I find it especially hard to judge games with multiplayer focus, since even bad games can be fun with a friend that's going through the same ridiculous ordeal as you. Furthermore, will these games suddenly lack their authentic experience once the servers go down?" So yes, the fact that you're actually trying to play Operation Raccoon City and asking that question makes me wonder who you're playing with, because I've been looking for 2 other people at least to play that game for the last year and a half. Anyways, yes, that game specifically is the worst to find anybody to play with, and then they usually just like do something stupid to ruin your experience and leave if it's not a friend. So
This was the one done by the SOCOM guys, right?
Maybe.
'Cause I
that's
believe
true.
this is the one I played at E3 a couple years ago, and it crashed while I was playing it.
Dope. Yeah. All right.
Okay, that's not fair to the game.
No, I know.
game
At
devils crash
E3,
all
you
the
expected the crash, but like the demo was like not that good.
Okay.
Sure. I mean, to answer the actual meat of his question, yeah, multiplayer games usually are just a proof of concept that work well enough for you and some friends to have fun in. I think that's the best ones that do a thing there. Another thing that
Isn't
they
this
do
how
is
the Mario Party games are on like Mario Party of million now?
I mean, essentially.
Is it just functional enough for you to play
Well,
with
I mean,
your friends?
the Mario Party games, even though like we might not like them, Sean, do have like things in there. Like it is very much focused around the idea that you're playing with your friends, right?
Right.
Everything in it. So they do fine for that. The times it gets a little shaky for me is when it's just a
hang on.
tacked
Whoa,
on thing.
Whoa, disagree. I don't think Mario Party does anything fine. I cannot
No,
follow you down that road.
All right, fair enough. When they try to tack on a multiplayer thing to like a one player thing, that's when things usually get really fucky for me. I don't like that too much, but I don't know.
All right, I guess I got the next one.
Yeah,
Since Sean really wants number 3.
I guess so.
Andrew writes in and says, "What's a game that everyone told you was great, but when you played it, you were underwhelmed or even hated it?" For me, it was Half-Life 2. I just couldn't get into it. I was so bored the entire time that I played that I turned it off after an hour and a half and never came back to it.
Huh,
Yeah,
okay.
Half-Life 2, I could see that.
Half-Life 2 had problems with it for sure, but there was
I
some
like
good stuff in
Half-Life
there.
2.
And first-person platforming is terrible, and that game has parts where you're jumping on boxes, like over a thing. I hated that. Holy shit. But yeah,
Xenoblade Chronicles X happened with me a couple weeks ago. I played it for the first time during the charity stream, and I was not really feeling it.
There's a bunch of games that I can think of for you, John, that we've recommended. Like Journey, you weren't into.
Yeah,
Journey
was kind of
Last of
boring.
Us.
Last of Us just was at one of those like good game at a wrong time, so just wasn't super into it.
Okay.
oh yeah.
Like I could tell Last of Us was a good game, but I was just like, no, I just don't want to play this right now.
Okay. I'm not saying that I'm like not really into it, but maybe just kind of the same feeling with John. Doom didn't like super grab me.
Okay.
And I've always kept thinking like I should go back to that, but I'm just like I just don't have enough of the urge to get to it. The re-release of Doom, I should say.
Yeah.
The current
This year's
2016.
release, yeah.
Yeah.
Like Mario games generally, Galaxy specifically, how much every single person on Earth talked highly of that when that came out, and I played it, I was like, this is kind of garbage. I hate this.
I like Galaxy games. I like them.
Yeah.
All right. You've been waiting for the third question.
Yeah.
Hank wrote in, a video game you love has been turned into a high school dating sim.
Yeah.
What character in that series would you want to play as? And who would you pursue on a first playthrough?
This question came about because as I was playing Resident Evil, we were talking about if Resident Evil was a dating sim and how fucking dope that would be.
Okay.
So I'm going to say that that's my answer because that's where this question spawned from, and I'm not going to go any further with that, I guess.
I mean, there's already a dating sim where you can play as you can go after all these Namco characters, like the ship from Galaga.
That's great.
Principal
Oh, really?
Cosmos.
I haven't heard of this.
Yeah, I can't remember what the hell the name is, but I'll look it up here. Namco High.
That's really good.
Okay.
It was done by the guy who made Homestuck.
I don't know what Homestuck is.
MS Paint Adventures.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you and I know what it is. I never read it. There's a contingent of the internet that is super obsessed with it, though. It's one of those things.
I'm going to pick Overwatch.
That would be real good. You're right. A high school
That's a really
dating
easy
sim.
answer.
That's
like,
a
the
really
internet got there. But I'm gonna pick Overwatch, and there's just tons of great characters in that.
That's really good. I like that so much.
I'm reading some of these ones in the chat. Ace Attorney would be a good one. Some good characters in Ace Attorney.
Yeah,
There's a lot of Resident Evil for you guys. All right, Paul, you up?
Oh yeah, I guess so. The third question's over, so that must mean I'm up. PS Viewer on Twitter wrote and said, what would you recommend for blind and vision impaired people for recording for YouTube? I found this interesting because I have actually no idea, besides like having a spotter, as it were, to like help you do all that shit. Like maybe some like dragon text to speech sort of thing to read your screen for you.
Yeah, I'm not even really sure how blind people use computers that well. If they're totally blind, that is.
Yeah,
Right.
Mainly Braille and text-to-speech. Yeah, Braille keys and text-to-speech keys.
Right.
Right, but the screen.
I'm kind of hoping that like somebody listening has an answer and writes in, because that's
I'd be
super
curious
intriguing
to
to me.
know.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
Otherwise, like my advice would be get a friend or parent or somebody you trust to help you, because I don't know if there's any other way to do it, to be honest. I have no idea.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't stream anything really, so that it's hard to know. You know what? The Xbox and PlayStation makes it really easy to stream, especially with the PlayStation having a share button. And I know you still probably would need to see what's on the screen, but those are just some really easy ways to get in there. Especially with if the Xbox One, when you have the Kinect hooked up, you can say Xbox Snap Twitch, and then like one of the first options or something is like start broadcast. So it's pretty easy to get that going.
That's cool.
But yeah, that one's kind of cool.
Hebrew Lantern David is saying Macs have one of the best accessibility options. So there you go. That's maybe where to start your search. But yeah.
All right, John, you got this next one?
Sure, give me 1 sec. I assume it's the second one from Cyber, or from Press LP. Sorry, never mind. It's Zombie Apocalypse. You have 5 game characters to have on your survival teams. Who do you pick? 1 character per series.
Let's just do one group of 5 between the 3 of us. I don't want to think of 5 by myself.
All right. Well, then who the hell do we pick from Resident Evil? Because right now I'm saying Chris Redfield.
Chris sucks. Chris is one of the
What?
worst. Chris sucks.
Look, I do just because you like Jill.
No, that's not why. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of shitty characters in Resident Evil, to be honest. Like, for how experienced they should be in this mess, it never gets any easier for them. Ever. To be fair, in 6, though, it just goes so out of control that it's ridiculous.
It really does.
Holy
I would have
shit.
picked Leon if it wasn't for the fact that he should just never be in a vehicle ever.
It's true. Leon's really bad at driving anything, including a car. He's real bad.
Okay, well, you guys are
we
thinking of fighters, obviously, right? To take out some of the zombies.
Are you
I'm gonna
thinking?
take a different approach.
Oh, okay.
We need. I'm gonna Mercy.
Good choice.
That's really
Yeah, no,
good.
pick Mercy.
That's a really good
I was
choice.
thinking Lucille, but I was like, he's too loud. We're gonna have to be quiet at some point. Mercy.
I think I know what Sean's game of the year this year is going to be, just by the way he's been answering questions recently. No, I don't know.
I also have a second character lined up.
Okay, yeah, go for your second.
Okay. All right. You want zombies to bite you, right? So theoretically, you want a character that can fight back. Graveler from Pokemon.
Like from Pokemon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd be like Iron Man.
Yeah, like Spider-Man,
suit could
Batman.
break down.
Man.
You got to power up his suit. Graveler's a rock.
What about the Punisher? Because that dude never seems to run out of ammo, ever.
He's
He's not exactly subtle though.
That's the truth.
You're
He's
right.
loud.
He's very, very loud. You're right. Who? Okay, if we were just gonna do like a Marvel character or a DC character or something, who would we do?
It has to be some kind of like mutant that can get their power. Like they don't need to like get webs or like charge
Thor.
up or anything. You say Thor?
Storm.
Oh, Storm.
Oh, Storm.
Storm's a good one.
I was
I'll go
gonna
with
say
Storm,
Thor.
sure.
That's not a John
That was-
answer at
that was
all.
Like
That's
we
real
just
weird.
said no to Punisher. Like
Yeah.
Storm's a real good one. 'cause
Storm's
if it's
actually
like,
not bad.
yeah, I like Storm.
I
good
I
one.
actually like Storm too. That's a pretty good one.
How about Nightcrawler? You just teleport out of the situation.
I guess. Yeah.
Or another good one, Shadowcat.
Walk,
Just walk
through,
through those
everything.
zombies.
We should just get back to video game characters.
Probably
Okay.
should. Yeah.
It's getting
Hey,
weird.
all
Everybody
those
says
characters
game characters,
games.
anyways.
Did we pick our 5? I think you said more than 5.
I don't know. There's a bunch.
All right. This next
I think we
this
only
next one
said
comes.
3.
Oh, really? Okay, in that case, Sonic the
I
Hedgehog.
said 4. What? Why?
He's real fast.
Oh, you're right. He is real fast. That's true.
I want Super Mario, but only with an unlimited supply of Starmans.
Yep. Yep.
And then Mario's like, okay, I'll help you, but someone has to carry my bag of Starmans. I'm not going to do it. Hinoka writes in light of Crash Bandicoot's remasters, would you have preferred if Crash made a comeback via a completely new game, or do you prefer them remastering the first 3?
We kind
Kind
of
of touched on this. You guys you're fine with the remaster?
I would have
think it
been
makes
fine
sense
either
to
way.
do the remaster. I think it makes complete sense to do the remaster just to gauge interest in bringing him back for a proper game.
You're right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. Also for a new generation of kids. See, like, if he has any staying power at all for... I don't know. I like those games, but they're not of a new design school in gaming. They're a little wonky in spots, so we'll see how they play, I guess. Okay, scroll down here. Philip Plays said, here's something that could be interesting. Talk with recent clips, featurettes, TV spots, images from the upcoming Assassin's Creed film adaptation. Do you think Ubisoft Oscar nominee Michael Fassbender, star and producer of the film, and director Justin Kurzel, whatever, Macbeth and Snowtown, will finally break the dreaded video game to movie curse come December 21st?
I mean, the curse was already broken. We got Mortal Kombat and we got Prince of Persia.
I'm terrible to ask any of this stuff to you because I love all video game movies for different reasons. They're either good or they're so bad that they're good.
I was just going to say no.
Yeah.
I bet
Okay,
it's
fair
going to
enough.
be
I mean,
bad.
that too.
Yeah.
Prince of Persia is like okay at best, in my opinion.
But it's boring. That was the problem with Prince of
I've
Persia.
seen it once. I can't remember like anything about Prince of Persia.
That's what I mean.
besides
Ostrich
Chesty
racing.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
I remember ostrich racing.
I don't even remember that. I hope it would be good. Obviously, I'm gonna go see it. I
Yeah.
don't think it's gonna be very good. I don't think it's.
I
Gonna
mean,
break it.
yeah, that's fair. I don't think there's a curse personally, but whatever. Mortal Kombat was great. That's like 100 years old now. So there you go.
Yep. It's like one of the first.
Yep.
Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li.
See, that movie, the problem with that movie is that it was boring as well. A boring video game movie is the way they fuck up video game movies.
I don't remember much about that movie either. It was bad.
That's what I mean. If you don't remember more than one
It's definitely
part, it's a
boring,
bad
yeah.
it's bad because it's just
Right.
boring.
You're right. How about that one scene from the first Kick-Ass movie that's like Doom? That was great. I like that. Can that be my favorite video game
How
movie?
about Doom the movie?
That
starring
movie's
Dwayne
great.
The Rock Johnson.
Yeah. It has a first
haven't seen
person shooting part. It's so good.
That's the part I'm
bad.
talking about. That's in Kick-Ass, right?
So good. It's so fucking good.
Didinsky66 writes in and says, if any of you guys had 3 hands, what N64 game would be made more playable?
Most of them.
None of them, because they all didn't really use both. Like usually they use 2 prongs and not all 3. Maybe GoldenEye?
What did GoldenEye use the D-pad for? I can't remember.
There were controller settings you could use that used the D-pad.
Oh, if you were left-handed or right-handed or whatever. If you were left-handed, you could, use it to do the, like, strafing and stuff, because you had to use the C buttons to look around. That makes sense. That's weird.
Yeah, most games I can think of only pretty much exclusively only use 2 of the 3 prongs. Like, wrestling games used all 3, but, like, you would only flick the stick to do stuff. Like, it was at the taunt button otherwise. So maybe wrestling games slightly.
But think about how much taunting you could do as you were moving.
True. You're right. You know what else you could do instead? Slam the controller against your chest, which was, I think, what I used to do as a kid.
That's really good.
Just to hit the button.
I mean,
could see myself
all
like
you had to
using
do was
my
move the
chin.
control stick.
I really like that because not only are you taunting in game, you're taunting in real life.
Kinda, yeah. I'm assuming Mario Party probably made you move your hands around a bit per like on a mini game basis, so that could just save you from having to move your hands around.
True.
This is kind of a little side note. Did you guys ever I think it was a Mario Party game where you would get like a blister on your hand because you had to like spin the analog stick so much?
Yeah, that was just Mario Party 1 in general.
Was it 1 in general? Okay. I played a lot of. I didn't play much of 1, but I played a lot of 2. I remember having like almost like a hole in my hand, which I'm just ripping the skin off.
Yeah,
Another one that was
they stopped control stick spinning in 2 because they realized, like, I think they had people sue and they had to give out those gloves.
Oh right, the gloves. You're right. Yeah, I got the worst ones though in some of the Dragon Ball Z Budokai games because to power up some of your attacks, like to overpower the other person, you had to spin it.
Oh
and that definitely ripped my skin too. Games are weird.
Yep.
VGC Kenny says, John, who brings up stuff you've done or said in the past more often, Sean or Emil?
Emil. Sean only brings up 99 Nights.
Actually, he brought it up last week,
Sean,
even.
Different Sean.
What? You both talked over each other. I did not hear either of you.
I'll go ahead.
I was saying he actually brought up 99 Nights just like last week as your answer for something, and I can't remember what.
I think someone was asking me if I played much of Dynasty Warriors, and I said I played 99 Nights.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's John specific. I don't quite
remember. Oh, okay. Right.
And what I said is I wasn't sure if this was me, Sean, or a different Sean, so I
it was you. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
No.
There you go.
DJ Ice Luna, that's a great name, asks, what is your favorite free game?
Any game I haven't had to pay for.
Yeah.
What
about Record Keeper for you? You played a lot of that.
Record Keeper, I got a lot of mileage out of that, yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't that your game of the year?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe
it was the game I played the most, so.
Yeah.
So don't worry, this year does not look like a mobile game will be game of the year for me.
Oh, I'm not worried. You can have whatever game you want. Maybe mine's Pokemon Go, but I'm sure I've played other games way more that were free.
Pokemon Shuffle and Rumble were really good. They were free.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I mean, Hearthstone is free.
Yeah, Hearthstone was really good.
That's a good one.
That's a great game for being free. That's a really good game.
Didinsky strikes again and says, have you ever tried playing or replaying a game with an additional made-up challenge that wasn't already in the game, like a Nuzlocke run?
No.
I mean, yeah, like no warp runs or stuff like that.
Sure, yeah.
I think the closest thing is in Smash Bros. Just like making up rules for the next fight.
Yeah.
Bombs only.
Yeah, or like Mr. Saturn's only. We used to do this one where it was one of the Captain Falcon stages, and we had to try and keep as many Mr. Saturns on the platform as possible.
Yeah. All these things.
Arc Seorin. Earlier this week in Japan, Sony released new info on their new mobile game initiative, revealing that as part of it, they plan to release 2 new games in the Wild Arms and Arc the Lad series as major releases in the franchise. Personally, I find this news unsettling as I'm a great fan of both RPG series and would much prefer anything but a mobile phone game given the trends and styles of those games and how they differ greatly from what I consider to be a full normal game in both series. I also fear that they will be far less likely to release outside of Japan as well. This has happened with Breath of Fire 6, and that is generally considered to be a train wreck, with most Google Play reviews being below 2 stars. Overall, my question is, do you think there are any game franchises you would absolutely hate to see turned into mobile games if it wasn't considered a spin-off and instead a full main title in the series?
No.
You're okay with anything turning into a mobile game?
Yeah, because it doesn't mean I have to play it.
Well, I think the spirit of this question is the series you really like.
Sure.
And it's like the next installment. Like, what if the next Resident Evil was mobile? But it was like Resident Evil 8. Like, this is the next one.
Then I would try it, and if I didn't like it, I would stop.
Would you prefer it not to be mobile?
I honestly don't care.
Okay. All right. Like platformers, I don't want
platformers
to play them
are
on my
bad
phone.
on phone. Like they put the Mega Man games on phone, and it's rough to play those.
Anytime they have to put like a D-pad and buttons on the screen, I am not interested in playing that kind of mobile game.
You know what a weird one is? I don't know if either of you follow Edmund or Tyrone, the creators of Binding of Isaac, Rebirth specifically, and Afterbirth on Twitter. They're doing a like iOS version. That's a real bad game for that, but they're showing like a controller thing that you like put onto the sides of your phone to basically turn it to like an NVIDIA Shield or a PSP sort of thing to play it.
Yeah.
And like that looks fine, but I thought Binding of Isaac on phone sounds like a bad idea. I don't like that.
That's another thing I'm just not interested is I carry my phone everywhere. I don't want to carry a joystick attachment, and everywhere with me. And if I'm going to sit down and hook all that stuff up, I would rather just take out my DS or sit on my couch and pick up my PlayStation controller or whatever. What about you, John? Any franchises you don't want to see go to mobile?
No, I mean, like with Mario going to mobile at this point, kind of everything has already. I mean, there's Uncharted mobile, there's Katamari mobile, Resident Evil. People have made knockoff Resident Evil mobile games.
Yeah.
There's stuff I'm definitely excited for, like Fire Emblem, Animal Crossing. Like, if those are what we want, those could be real good. But yeah, anything that's like fast, I'm not super interested in that going to mobile for the most part. At least when I think of like the games I'm most interested in or I play the most, they're definitely kind of turn-based stuff or, slower thinking stuff.
Right.
Yeah, like how would Grand Theft Auto work?
Well, they've done that for a bunch of the Grand Theft Auto games.
Yep, that's true.
I haven't played them, but
you can play San Andreas on your phone right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
A bunch, and they just released Bully. Like just this last week.
Really?
Bully, they just
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, there's some news. Bully's out on the phones now. It's like $7 or something.
Okay.
But that doesn't sound great to me either. And I bet there's going to be some kind of joysticky stuff. But like one that I'm super not interested, Geometry Wars is on my phone.
Right.
No, thank you. I want that to be like as big as I can get it, all up in my face. Yeah, that game's hard enough as it is as well.
See, the reason why I don't really care, it depends what they're doing, right? Because if it's just like a fan project where they ported like Mega Man X to the phone, then that's going to be shitty because that game was never originally intended to be played on that hardware. But to take your point, what if they made Resident Evil 8 and it was mobile only? If they like designed a Resident Evil game that worked with what you do with the phone, I think that would be fucking cool.
Yeah, I'll agree. If it's designed for the phone and it works well, yeah, no, for sure. Again, though, I don't like when their design decision is, we'll just put a gamepad on the bottom of the screen.
No, you're right. Totally.
Like, I don't like that choice.
I'm with you. It's always bad. That's always a bad little pad.
I can't think of any game I've enjoyed where that was the like. And it's like platformers. DuckTales Remastered was $1 this last week, and I was like, I don't want to play that on my phone. That's probably not great.
You're probably right. Yeah.
All right, 3 left.
Okay, where are we?
Lucky.
Right here.
Okay, Lucky. Lucky767 says, how many times have you been in a situation where you really wanted a backseat game because a person playing was just so lost or bad but had to bite your tongue because they would have gotten super pissed?
All the time.
Yeah.
Do you have a specific example that you can mention?
The runaway guys in general.
Okay.
Okay.
So look forward to that, I guess.
Yeah, that will exceptionally show in the new single player game we recorded for TRG.
Is that still a secret?
Yeah,
that,
I'll tell
okay.
I'll tell you guys after, but
Okay.
I won't say it on podcast.
Of course.
Fair enough. I don't think I actually do this that much. I don't backseat that many games. Like I don't have people coming over and playing single player that often.
Right.
And knowing my personality, I probably would just tell them if they're screwing up.
Right.
So, what about you, Paul?
It depends, probably. I kind of don't care enough. I don't watch people play games for the first time enough, really, I guess. I don't know. If I'm just hanging out with like a friend and they're like playing, I just usually want to gauge like what they think of a game I love. I don't really care if they do it properly or anything.
Here's one where I won't touch that.
Yeah.
Where I will just let it be.
Yeah.
If my girlfriend is trying to play some games.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, there are some people I will not backseat at all. Like
Right.
Like I wouldn't do that to Reese, but Reese also knows what she's doing. So
Right. Whereas my girlfriend could use some pointers, but nope, not touching that one.
Fair enough.
You're doing great.
want to be happy at the end of the day.
Yep.
Next one was from Dedinsky again. How have I ended up with him 3 times in a row?
We set it up that way.
I guess
All
so.
right. Has a video game ever made you so angry that you broke a controller or something else? And if so, which game?
Nope.
I've gotten frustrated at games and like chucked a controller, but I've always thrown it like a pillow or like
Yeah,
a beanbag or
I'm
something
with you.
like that.
I don't think I've ever really gotten like furious at a game to do anything like that.
Elite Beat Agents made me tap too hard, and it like cracked or dented the screen of my
really?
original DS, and I was just like, oh fuck. And then that pissed me off, and then I threw the DS after that. So, so there's that.
All right. Did it break when you threw it? Was it the
No,
end of the
the DS still works, but because of that, like tapping too hard, that bottom screen doesn't. But if like I just play a game that only uses the top, it works fine.
Okay. All right. Sure.
So it's my like Game Boy Advance player now, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right. It's your Game Boy Advance that has a true backlight.
Yeah, exactly. It worked out.
And yeah, no for me. Last question. I am 3D Homer. Is there any character worse than Steve in Resident Evil Code Veronica?
Nope.
Nope.
I'm glad we had this talk. There isn't.
So I don't know who this is. For the rest of us, what's so bad about Steve? What's up? What did he do? What did Steve do this time?
Okay, first of all, he's just irritating. So let's get that out of the way. What he does in game, he steals 2 items you need specifically to be able to progress through the game. And when your character asks him for them, he makes you trade for something better. So he's just giving you an obstacle that wasn't there to begin with. He tries to kiss an unconscious girl. What else happens? He causes a poisonous gas leak that almost kills the 2 main characters in the room they're in. He tries to he gets infected with a virus and tries to straight up kill the main character, like in one of the most obnoxious sequences in that game. He's a kind of terrible person. And the worst part is that he's annoying throughout all of it. His dialogue is terrible. He's badly written. The voice actor made him a whiny little bitch about everything. He might be the worst character.
Sounds like it's a well-written character. Then
He's
if it's
super.
bugging this much.
He's super.
Well written to be annoying.
Yeah, exactly. Like
He's-
they did a good job.
No,
getting
he's
this
supposed to
character.
be like the love interest for that game. I'm not even kidding. They hit like a sad note, and you're supposed to be sad when he's like dying. But guess what? Nobody is, because he's the worst. He is the worst character in a
Okay.
video game.
All right.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's it for questions. If people want to have their questions read, they can send them to topdownperspective@gmail.com, at TDP Podcast, on Twitter, the Facebook group, John's P.O. Box, and in the Discord channel. Definitely get in on that if you already have if you already have not. If you haven't yet, that's what I should say.
I'll throw in chat a link people can use if they're new. There you go.
Great. What are your guys' games of the week?
Oh, fuck.
Death Road to Canada.
Mine is Dead Rising 4. I played that a ton.
I don't know, man. Fucking Resident Evil 2.
All right.
Nice.
There you go.
Yeah.
See you guys next week.
Bye.